Howdy Shop Warrior. In this video I'm going to review the Hyperikon. This is a T5 size LED light. Let's get into it. So let's open this up and show you what is in the box, first of all. So I ordered this on Amazon.com. This was about $63. This Hyperikon comes with, look around this way so you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. Card, instructions, and that is it. Alright, so when you open up one of these boxes, you have your light. I'll give you a good close-up of that, close-up of the end here. There's a little connector. Okay. I'll show you the accessories in just a second. The other end, same connector. I'll show you the back side. You can see this is the T5 integrated fixture, 22 watts, 5000K. They do also offer this in 4000K. You can see there are no holes of any kind in the back for mounting, which is why they include, I've opened up the bag here, so what they do have for mounting are these little brackets. So you can see these little metal brackets clipped to the back side, and they include 2 screws. They include this cap, so you can put this on the end if you're not going to connect it to anything. Cover it so there's no dust get in there. Another little connector, so if you want to put 2 of these lights immediately next to each other, you can use this little connector to do that. They include the power cord with the toggle switch, on-off switch. They include another adapter to connect 2 lights together, and then if you're going to be hardwiring, you can use this guy. So those are all the accessories. So presumably they have the same accessories in all 4 boxes. One thing I wanted to point out, which I really like about this Hyperikon brand, they include in the box a card which has all their support numbers and email addresses. All right, I wanted to show you close up how these connectors work. So these are all 3 and 4, let me open this up, 4 different kinds of connectors that come with these lights. Illustrate how this works. So you can see this is the cord that includes 2-prong on one end, power switch, on-off switch, and then 3-prong on this end. And so all you have to do is, make sure you can see that, there you go, plug that in there, plug this in the wall, you're good to go. So if you want to connect 2 together, you can see I've got this little guy plugged in already. So you can link these, or multiple ones together. You simply put that in one end, and then you have this on both ends of the light. So pick an end, and then you simply stick them together, right? Stick the 2 together. So that's all you have to do to link them. You could also link them if you didn't want them butting up against each other like that. You can use this. So this is another option. Or if you wanted to have, say, 2 lights side by side or near each other, you could link them together like that. Try to get a better shot of that. You could link them together. And then The other thing you can do if you want to hardwire them is you can use this. So you just plug that into the end, and then you have your wires here. I actually had to call support to figure out which colors go to what. So I gotta say, I was really impressed with support. They answered the phone and talked to a guy named Brian, and he quickly told me which wire was what. So I wrote it down here. Let's see. So, and I think the colors you get in yours may vary, but apparently these colors are more common in Europe. So in this case, brown is hot. So this one is actually brown. Kind of looks black, but brown. That's what it looks like. There you can see a little better. So this brown is you're hot. So if you're connecting this to a standard, Romex type wire, right? So you would have black, white, and copper. So black, you're hot, is what this brown would connect to. Blue is neutral, which would connect to white. And then yellow is your ground. It's actually yellow, I think, let's see if we can show it. Yeah, yellow and green. So that last one's yellow and green, and that is your ground. So that would connect to your copper. Let's review the specs on the Hyperikon. This is model number 912021003-4-pack. I purchased it for $63 on Amazon.com. It is also available at Home Depot's website and on Hyperikon's website. Here's the link to it from Home Depot and from Amazon. So just so you're aware, you can access this Google Sheet at theshopwarrior.com/free. I've got this and some other sheets and tools there for you. Included in this sheet is a list of all the products, all the lights that I have reviewed, and all the specs and information on them, if you're interested in that. So getting back here, the length is 4 feet. The bulb type is integrated, which means you can't take the bulb out and replace it. It's integrated into the fixture. It's got 2400 lumens. The color temperature is 5000 K. CRI rating is 85 plus. The lifespan listing is 45,000 hours. That's on the high end. I usually see 45 to 50,000 is on the high end, especially compared to a fluorescent. That's really good. Fluorescent lights, it varies a lot more in fluorescent, but 15,000, 20,000 hours seems more common. Watts per light is 22. This is a surface mount, so meaning it's designed to be attached to a wall or a ceiling directly, not hanging down in a chain like some shop lights are. The power source is, you can plug it into an outlet, but you can also hardwire this as well. It comes with the adapters to do either one. It's also linkable. Again, it comes with two different adapters to allow you to link them together if you like. It is not dimmable. The warranty is 5 years, unlimited. Support, they offer phone and email. They list that right on the packaging. It's 24/7 support. The company was established in 2011, US owned, based in California. Another interesting tidbit from their website, they hold patents and have 700 certifications or qualifications. Thought that was interesting. Notes, this product does come in 4000 K or 5000 K color temperatures. All right, that's it for the specs on the Hyperikon light. Let me show you how we install the Hyperikon light. I'm going to do that by installing it on my test rig here. So I'm going to use the mounting brackets and hardware that comes in the box, so you can see exactly how you install this and get it mounted up. And then once we have it wired up and mounted, I'll show you a lighting comparison between the CFL 4-foot light and the Hyperikon. So here's the mounting hardware that's included. So I've drilled the holes. Now I'm going to take a screw, the included Phillips screws, and put it into this bracket here. There's our second mounting bracket. So see one down there, one up here. Kind of see here, there's a little bit of a lip right here. So that is what is going to get caught by this little latch here and kind of hold it on. So I found if you kind of start it on one side and then snap it over, press into it. It's also helpful to bend these out a little bit. I'm going to do that, bend this out just a little bit. loosen it up. So I'm just kind of putting one edge of it in so it catches. So right there. Now hopefully on this side, you can see what's happening. You just press in. There it is. I recommend before you mount these lights, whatever connectors you're going to do, practice putting them in there just to make sure that it will go in there and you can kind of test fit it. That'll make it easier the second time. Even if you have to unplug it and redo it, I recommend definitely plugging in whatever connector you're going to be using before you mount it to your ceiling. That'll definitely make it easier. Or if possible, connect these up the way you need it before you mount it on the wall. That'll definitely save you some time and be a little easier. Alright, so we've got the light all wired up. It's mounted with our mounting brackets. I have it wired up, so let's turn this on and we'll compare the lights. I wanted to show you what the light color looks like in comparison to a fluorescent. This is a 4-foot and there's 2 bulbs in here, and also get a sense of the lumens, the difference in the brightness of the lights by seeing them side by side. So let me turn this one off so you can see just the Hyperikon light. See how bright, how much light that puts out. Now this is just the fluorescent light. And with them both on, you get a sense of the difference in the color between the two. I'm going to refocus the camera on the lights, which kind of change the way the lighting looks, but it still gives you a sense of the brightness of these two. Let me kind of move the camera around. Try to get the camera to focus to where it can really show you the difference in the light. It's hard with this low lighting. I have no other lights turned on in the garage right now. So it's just these 2 lights, which is a very tricky thing for the camera. It's hard to illustrate. That shot kind of shows you the whiteness of that LED compared to the fluorescent, which is a little bit yellowish. It's a 4000K is what the fluorescent is, or 40, I believe it's 4200 is the color for the fluorescent, and the LED, the Hyperikon, is 5000. So hopefully you can get a sense that the LED here is just a little bit whiter, but it's about 4200 versus 5000 in terms of the color. You can kind of see that the light output there. Now you can compare that to the fluorescent light. Alright, let's talk the good and the bad about this Hyperikon light. Took a few notes here. So, first of all, the value. I really feel like the Hyperikon is a really great value for your money. It's about 60 bucks. And for that money, you get 4 of these lights. So compared to what you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot, where you're looking at 40 bucks or so for a single light, for 60 with the Hyperikon, you get 4 lights. So in terms of pricing, it's definitely cheaper than your Lithonia lighting or like the commercial electric at Home Depot. This is definitely cheaper than that. Now there are some other cheaper ones certainly out there on Amazon where you're paying 40, 45 bucks or less for 4 lights or maybe even 6 lights. But I really feel like the Hyperikon kind of fits that sweet spot in the middle because of the value and the quality of it as well. So that's one thing I really like, is the value that you're getting, especially compared to what's available at Lowe's or Home Depot. The other thing I really like about this is that Hyperikon is a US-based company. So I don't know about you, but the more that I shop on Amazon and I see all these random brands that I've never heard of, the more I question the brands. I've never heard of them, right? So I question the company. I don't know this company, so I don't trust it. So one of the things I noticed with some of the other brands, like Hyperikon, I had never heard of this brand. And there's a couple other brands they're some of the top products on Amazon that I'd never heard of. And when I did some research, I found those companies are based in China. Your American companies are just typically going to have higher quality control. And they're going to, inspect everything at the factory. They're going to inspect it when they get it in the US. So there's just things like that they're going to do that a Chinese company may not do. They offer a 5-year unlimited warranty, which is the best warranty I've seen, even compared to what you can get at Home Depot and Lowe's. So that seems to indicate to me that they really take their quality seriously. So I'm really impressed by that. I'm also impressed that they offer their support. So they offer 24/7 support. They put their phone number and email in a card that comes in the box. If you go to their website, you can see their address, that it's here in the US. You can also see their support phone number, and you can email them, and there's other ways of contacting as well. But it's all very obvious, and it's all right there on their webpage. When you go to some of these cheaper brands on Amazon, you will not find a support page, you will not find a warranty page, you will not find any way of easily contacting the company. So when I see that, I'm a little leery of it. And when I had a question about the wiring on this thing, I called their number, and Brian, a guy, answered the phone. I talked to him, he answered my question, knew the answer immediately, and that was that. So that's my experience with support. It was very good, and there was no computer system I had to hit 1 and 3 and 4 and navigate through. It was just went straight to a human being, and they answered my questions. So that was really a great experience with their support. What else do I like about this? They had really good packaging. It's a professional looking product, right, with their brand on it and all the information that you might want to know. Which I call that out again because some of the stuff you get on Amazon is not like that. It just kind of comes like with brown paper wrapped around it in the box that it was shipped in. No internal box with branding or anything. So it sort of looks like it was just taken straight out of the factory and thrown in a box and shipped to you. So that's a smaller thing, but just something I noticed compared to some of the cheaper Amazon stuff. I also really liked all the accessories that they include in here. So this you can plug in to hardwire it, as I showed in the way that I hooked it up to test the lighting. You can also plug it in directly to the wall, and then it's also got an adapter to connect 2 of these together. So it includes the accessories to do all the different things you might want to do with it. That is not standard for what I've seen in all of these type of products. The bad, one thing I don't like about this is, and this is true of all of these that are thin, narrow like this, is the way the light diffuses. So the way the light comes out of it. What is nice about the Lithonia ones, they're probably about twice as thick or twice as wide. And so this lens is a lot wider, and it's further away from the LED strip. So the LED strip, is kind of mounted somewhere down here, right? And then the light travels up and then through this lens. So it's a very short distance, in this case, between the LED light and the lens. So because of that, the light doesn't get diffused very much, right? It's still pretty bright, and to look at it directly, it's very bright in your eyes. So that is one downside to these, the ones that you typically find on Amazon like this, which are narrower, which, may or may not matter to you depending on where the light is and how you're using it. I really feel like this Hyperikon is kind of the sweet spot between the cheaper stuff on Amazon that Chinese made and Chinese companies are behind it versus, and then on the other end of the spectrum being the more expensive Lithonia commercial electric ones. So kind of between those two, I really feel like the Hyperikon is a really nice middle ground, kind of a sweet spot in there that has good support, US-based company, and you get 4 of these for $60 versus one for $40. So I'm really happy with these. This is what I'm going to be installing in my garage. So I'm going to buy 2 more of these and install them. I'll have a couple extras. So yeah, so I really like the Hyperikon. I definitely recommend it. I think of all the ones that I've looked at, I like this one probably the best. So I've reviewed several other lights. I think I did 8 in total. So I have 7 other light reviews on individual lights if you want to go check those out. And then I did one kind of big video where I compared all 8 of them side by side so you can really get a sense of which light's best for you. So if you want to check that out, be sure and check out the other videos on my channel. Also, I've got a couple of free resources on my website if you want to go and grab those, some free downloads. Google Sheets that I've put together that can help you kind of drag and drop and arrange the lighting in your garage within a Google Sheet if you like. And then I've got information on this lighting product and a whole bunch of all the other lights that I compared. I've got a table with kind of all the data on them. So the lumens and the cost and links to buy them and just everything. It's just really got all the information you might need. So you can access those for free if you go to theshopwarrior.com/free. You can access all that stuff for free. And I'll be adding resources to that page over time. So the other thing you can check out, this video, I'll have all the details for this light and everything I've been talking about, and links to everything at theshopwarrior.com/videos. So be sure to check that out. All right, thanks for watching.